What's good, y'all? Just Prince TV here, dropping some news for y'all. Listen, Raekwon is lying through his teeth, but he's doing reasonable lying. What do I mean? This is what I mean. Listen, Raekwon made an album for Mass Appeal Records. That's Nas's label. He basically works for Nas. So if Nas want to diss Jim Jones, diss whoever, and he want to do it on the Raekwon song, what is Raekwon going to do? Is he going to say no to Nas? He's not going to say no to a Nas feature, all right? And being the fact that him and Nas is so close, they so tight, they like brothers, aka cousins, right? Cut from that same cloth. He going to back whatever Nas do, all right? He going to support whatever Nas do and vice versa. So he can't hurt that relationship. The second relationship he has is with Jim Jones. Raekwon and Jim Jones are real good friends, right? So even though he know Nas was going to diss Jim Jones, here's the thing. Raekwon got that call. Raekwon got that call. What I mean is Jim Jones picked up that phone and said, you know what? He pressed Raekwon. He said, you supposed to be my mans, right? You supposed to be my friend. Why are you letting Nas diss me on your song? Because if you standing next to Nas while he dissed me, what's that say about you? Now I have to question my relationship with you. That's what this is. If you know hip hop, then you know what it is, all right? If you cut from this New York City cloth like I am, you know how we get down and what we do when somebody sends shots at us. When it's subliminal, we never call out names in New York. We always been standing subliminal shots at everybody. For years, Biggie diss Nas, Nas diss Biggie, blah, blah, blah. We always been doing subliminal shots at each other. That's New York culture, okay? But here's the thing. That first verse that Nas changed, he didn't change it because people thought it was going to be for Jim Jones. That's another lie. He changed it because that first verse was for Young Noble. And if you know anything about Young Noble, you know that he committed suicide and he passed away. And that's why I didn't really want to touch on it, because I called him out for dissing Nas. And I didn't know he had mental issues. So I apologize to him and his family, because some shit is bigger than rap. And he was battling his own demons, and eventually he took his life. Something I don't even want to talk about. That's why I didn't even mention it no more. I dropped it. So Nas did the same thing. We're not from Chicago. We from New York. We don't talk about or disrespect people that's no longer here. All right? We don't do that drill rap stuff.
Now I see all this shit with Jim and all them, and this little so-called Jim and Nas thing, right? But guess what, y'all? And this is word to everything I love. This is word I don't gotta lie. This is word to everything. Nas did not write that verse for Jim. That was a straight shot Jim got hit with. And y'all made it seem like that was for Nas. That was for Jim. Nas wasn't dissing Jim. That was for Nas got hit with. He did not write that verse for Jim. That was a straight shot Jim got hit with. And y'all made it seem like that was for Nas. That was for Jim. Not write that verse.
It's not the cloth that we cut from. That's not where we're from. So Nas changed that verse because it was going at Young Noble first. The second verse, he still said, you know what, I got to go at somebody. Why not Jim Jones? That's the most recent thing, and it aligns with itself too much. He even said the word Rucker in it. Where's Rucker Park at? It's in Harlem. Okay? So Nas definitely was dissing Jim Jones, which puts Raekwon in a bad situation because one verse from Nas outshadowed Raekwon's whole album. And Raekwon's been struggling to get that magic of the purple tape, right? He's never been able to get it again. And he came out with album after album, and none of them hit home. They all were solid, decent albums, but not enough to follow up that classic that is the purple tape, right? So he's been a victim of one classic album syndrome, right? He can't shake it. He had one classic album hit. That's it. And he could never repeat that only built for Cuban Links, which is my second greatest album of all time. But anyway, Reakwon is lying. He's saving face. All right. He has to go on Instagram. When's the last time you see Reakwon on social media? The only reason why he do things like this is because he has to save face. He has a relationship with two guys that he don't want to, mess things up with. He has to be neutral. And in hip hop, it's really hard to be neutral once two people are beefing and you're supposedly cool with both of them. Because if you're too close to one, the other one's going to feel like you're standing next to him and you're against him as well. So that's the situation Reakwon is in. And my thought says, are you guys even listening to the Reakwon album now? Or is this whole Nas versus Jim Jones thing overshadowed Raekwon's album? Because I don't even want to talk about the album because I want to save my reviews for a separate video. But that's the truth behind this whole Nas dissing Jim Jones. Okay? Reakwon went to do Damage Control because he got no other choice but to do Damage Control because his money is at stake. His record label, friendships, and he don't want to break bridges or burn bridges with people that he cool with. And you get a verse from a guy like Nas, you're going to take it. By all means necessary, regardless of who he dissing. I'm out.